Sonia Sanchez writes, "So much of growing up is an unbearable waiting, a constant longing for another time, another season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. The time is now. This is what both you and the world has anticipated. Welcome the class of 2022. Please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing with your right hand over your heart for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Please
be seated. Good evening, and welcome to the official induction of the class of 2022 into the Booker T. Washington High School legacy. It is indeed an honor to have joined with us individuals committed to ensuring a quality education for the youth of Atlanta Public Schools. Please help me welcome our cluster school principals. I would also like to acknowledge Dr. J. Fidel Turner, Dean of the School of Education, Clark Atlanta University. Ms. Anissa Farrell, High School Initiatives Dual Enrollment Coordinator, and Dr. Tenny Davis, Associate Director for Georgia State University. This celebration would not have been possible without the love, guidance, and support of the families of our graduates. Will the proud parents, grandparents, and relatives of these seniors please stand and be recognized? I would be remiss if I did not celebrate the people who got us here. Will the Booker T. Washington High School administration, faculty, and staff who have worked tirelessly to ensure students reach this milestone in their lives. Faculty and staff, please stand and be recognized. Much of our work would not be possible without the support of our partners. Though they are not all present, I would like to publicly acknowledge those with us today. Please stand and be recognized as your organization is called. Westside Future Fund, Invest Atlanta, Clark Atlanta University, Georgia State University, Atlanta Metropolitan State College, Atlanta Technical College, the BTW Go Team, the BTW Atlanta Alumni Association established 2006, the Atlanta Alumni Association of BTW Incorporated, the BTW Bulldogs Alumni Band Association, and the BTW Athletic Booster Club. Will you stand and be recognized? We are always honored to have our former graduates to join us for our commencement exercise. This evening, we are delighted to recognize alumni from each decade ending in 2. Will the classes of 1932, 1942, 1952, and 1962 please stand? So we also have our golden treasures. Will the members of the class of 1972 who are celebrating their 50th golden anniversary please stand? Will all other graduates of the Booker T. Farrell Washington High School please stand at this time? Thank you to all of our classes for your continued support. I would also be remiss if I did not offer a special moment of gratitude to the graduation committee members. This team of all-stars ensured we didn't just arrive today, but we arrived in style. The team is comprised of Miss Marcy Wynn, Mr. Rodney Willingham, and Miss Candace Henry. I must also celebrate our senior sponsors, Mr. Deario Jackson and Miss Morgan Worrell. I have to give a shout out to our counseling team, Dr. Donald Prater, Dr. Erica Clark, Miss Janet Watkins, Miss Rashida Shaw, Miss Kami Olatundin Floyd, and Miss Michelle Dotson, our counseling team. Thank you, team, for getting us to this moment. Your effort is resonant in every smile and cheer that goes forth today. You make the difference. It is my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, Dr. Lisa Herring. Dr. Herring came to Atlanta Public Schools in July of 2020, just as the pandemic was causing a disruption in all of our lives. But she and APS withstood the storm. She was born and raised in Macon, Georgia. She is a proud graduate of Spelman College and went on to earn her doctoral degree in education from Georgia Southern University. I'm sure you would agree from an educational standpoint, all of that is great. But let's step back for just a moment to reveal a little bit more about the person behind this terrific leader. Dr. Herring can cite statistics, policy, and theory at the drop of a hat. That's quite impressive, as I'm sure we would all agree. But there's something even more impressive about Dr. Herring. Dr. Herring raised her daughter, received her doctorate, and climbed to the ranks of education on the way to becoming superintendent as a single parent. She's well-rounded. She loves cooking Sunday dinner. She enjoys sports. And if you've ever seen her at an APS event, you could tell right away that she really and truly deeply cares about our students. Dr. Herring is a great example of what we can accomplish if you follow her lead and get a strong educational foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Lisa Herring.
Good evening. Before I begin the opportunity to speak with our members of the class of 2022, I'd like to ask the auditorium to take a moment of silence so that we can honor the victims and families of the Texas school shooting. In making this request, we do so as parents, as scholars, as educators, because we are all a part of the fabric of what is the United States. And to our scholars, this is not to take away from the shine of your moment, but for us to join together as a part of our human race to acknowledge this moment. So a moment of silence, please. To Dr. Coaxum Young, thank you for that very gracious and kind introduction. And good evening to the graduating class of 2022. Before I get to my remarks, I'd like to give a special recognition to the entire Atlanta Public Schools community for the honor of delivering remarks for today's commencement. I'm the one up here, but there are so many behind and beside me to ensure the success of this evening. I'd like to recognize, as Dr. Coaxum Young has appropriately done already, but one more time, I'd like to recognize that group of individuals who have, just as hard as each of you have been working as scholars, worked very intentionally to support every single one of you. And that would be our parents and guardians, relatives and friends, especially our parents and guardians who've worked to support our scholars to this day. Let us applaud you again. To our Atlanta Public School Board members, it is my honor to recognize you individually. Our Atlanta Public Schools Board Chairwoman, Ms. Zeshay Collins. Our Board Vice Chairwoman, Ms. Oretta Baldwin. Our board members, Board Member Tamara Jones, Board Member Katie Howard, Board Member Michelle Olympiadis, and Board Member Cynthia Briscoe Brown. Thank you for your attendance. And of course, to the principal, Dr. Angela Coaxum Young, and the Washington leadership team, and the faculty and staff of Booker T. Washington High School. We salute and celebrate you this evening as well. And I also join in the recognition of our school leaders who very appropriately represent and support and champion the Washington cluster. So scholars, today is a cause for celebration, and that's no secret. Graduates, you've reached a tremendous milestone in your life. You've worked hard, and you know that we're all extraordinarily proud of every single one of you. You are about to become newly minted alums of Atlanta Public Schools, one of the oldest public school districts in the United States. APS will celebrate the occasion of our 150th birthday this coming school year, and we all take special pride in the district's ongoing commitment to providing a scholarly education for all children that we serve. I would ask, though, that you would consider the legacy of your school's namesake. Booker Telefario Washington, educator, author, orator, and advisor to presidents of the United States. Mr. Washington famously said, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome." If you are a part of the class of 2022, and of course you are, you have certainly overcome certain obstacles. But let me mention just some of the highlights of being a Booker T. Washington Bulldog this year. You began the school year by receiving National STEM certification, the first traditional APS high school to receive this distinction. You kicked off an agricultural pathway and a partnership with Atlanta Botanical Gardens. Your early college program boasts incredible graduation and college entry rates, and early college scholars are entering with an average of 24 transferable college credits today. That's to be applauded. You've distinguished yourselves with your culinary arts and visual arts programs, And in healthcare science, Washington scholars advanced to the National Leadership Conference in the Health Issues exam and in medical photography. And how about excellence in athletics this year? You advanced to the state playoffs in flag football. You advanced to the state playoffs in softball. You advanced to the state championship in wrestling. You advanced to the state playoffs in tennis. And you won the state championship in the girls' track and field 400-meter relay. Scholars, you've done great and amazing things. And as I look at the faces of those of you seated before me, I am reminded that the human spirit is soaring higher than ever, and that Mr. Booker T. Washington, who cleared the pathway for you, for all of us, would be proud. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to ask us to unite our collective imagination and be transported to the land of story or storytelling. Let's frame a vision together. Stories are tools for living. We all have a story to tell. Stories are tools for living. They give us a sense of belonging, a sense of destiny, and a sense of purpose. Graduates, I know that every single one of you have a unique story that you could tell, that you have told, that you should be telling. You are the main character on a journey that only you can navigate. Your story has meaning and currency and value. Your story, what you do with your life, can influence any and everyone, from the person sitting across from you at the dinner table, the person sitting beside you, and to the billions of people that make up this globe. Your story has impact. Many of you in your own respectful right have started telling stories by way of social media through TikTok, Instagram, and other forms. You carry a narrative that is your story. And while you continue to do so, I would say you could create the next generation of Twitter and Snapchat. I mean, why not own it? Because you're owning it already, as it is your story that you've crafted, that you continue to craft and tell. And we know that in this graduating class, there are amazing stories to tell. For as much as I'd like to name every story, I'll simply lift one. China Walker, I know you're here. You like writing music and poetry. You want to make an impact on people. So you want to attend Clark Atlanta University to help others with their mental health. China, please continue to write your story. The first act of your story is largely complete as you prepare to close this chapter, and we at Atlanta Public Schools are proud to have played a major role in your development up to this point and beyond. As the story of your life unfolds in this next act, it should serve as an aspiration to younger generations, and it should be an inspiration to older generations. I ask you to share your story, but not as a pathway to fame or fortune, but out of a commitment simply to serve others, and a commitment that says you will tie your own dreams and destiny to something much larger and greater than yourselves. The treasures that will come your way as a result of the support you give to others will far outweigh anything you can imagine at this moment. But you must live the story, your story, the story that you've crafted already. And you must share your story. So I ask you, Booker T. Washington graduates, what is the main idea and the theme of your story? Is it service, ingenuity? Is it wealth, friendship? How about prosperity for all? What is it you want people to take away from the narrative of your life that will lead them to believe that they too can craft and impact others through their story? If you speak your truth, then the theme of your life will resonate with all of humanity. Not because you live in the right zip code or drive the right car or work for the right company, but because you achieved all of these things and helped others to create the narrative of their story. Your stories will be powerful because they already are. Your stories are powerful because you sit in front of us this evening as members of the graduating class of 2022, of the Booker T. Washington High School. You're going to land high-tech jobs with titles that don't even exist yet. Some of you will discover cures and others will write groundbreaking public policy or crank out the great American novel or Oscar-winning screenplays of tomorrow. And for all of us gathered here this evening, we will sit on the edge of our seats waiting for that next chapter that we can't wait to read. And as I think about the closing of a story, the closing of a scene, and the credits begin to roll, I think about the credits to your story, class of 2022. They'll read entrepreneur, inventor, activist, president and CEO, executive producer, chairman or chairwoman of the board, influencer, founder, philanthropist, and so much more. I trust that you see these credits rolling across the screen, scholars, as they are yours, to be named and yet to be named. And I know that those who join us this evening are also looking forward to the next chapter of your story. In just a few moments, you will be newly minted alum of the Atlanta Public Schools and of the Booker T. Washington High School. As you venture out into the world with boldness and intention, I ask of you, I beg of you, leave this world better than you found it, because you have the power to do that, and we are depending on you to do it. Live your story, share your story, and place your story, like many before you, in the chronicles of history. It is yours to write. So please go forth, APS proud and strong, and we will celebrate you. Congratulations. And now, I'd like to introduce your Atlanta Board of Education Vice Chairwoman and District 2 Representative, Ms. Retta Baldwin.
Good afternoon, Booker T. Washington High School, class of 22. As Dr. Herring said, I am Aretta Baldwin, the proud Vice Chair for the Atlanta Board of Education and your District 2 representative. I stand here today along with my colleagues in awe of each and every one of you. You are an inspiration, and you are why we are here today. I'd like to recognize Dr. Angela Coxum-Young and the school leadership of Booker T. Washington High School. Yes. I know firsthand that this team puts forth everything they have every day for their students. The team has contributed unlimited hours towards this end goal of graduation and success. So thank you. Thank you for all that you do for all of us. I also want to thank Dr. Herring for her and her leadership team, parents, caregivers, and family of graduates, the alumni, my board colleagues, and a special shout out to those who made today's celebration at Georgia Tech possible. When I think about Washington High School, I immediately think of the person in which the building was named after. What I like most about Booker T. Washington is that he was unapologetically focused. Focused in making this world a better place for all, specifically in ensuring that African Americans had access to higher education. Being focused requires you doing your best and competing at your highest level. My question to you is, are you focused? You are focused to win the track, the flag football, the wrestling, basketball, football, science fairs, debates among your friends, and yes, the list goes on. I've seen some of your social media posts from these events over the years, and you were certainly focused on TikTok and Instagram. Today, unlike the days of Booker T. Washington, you get to write your own story. You get to pick. It's your choice, your journey, your agenda. You only live once. Don't sell yourself short. You'll never know unless you try. Remain focused. Get rid of outdated ideas, shake up institutions that no longer serve the people, and become so good at what you do, others will fall over themselves to make room for you at the table. Better yet, make your own table. I close with the words of wisdom from Mr. Washington. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he or she has overcome. As I encourage you to remain focused, it is my duty to be transparent that it does not come without obstacles. Keep the faith, maintain your focus, and know that we are here to support and cheer you on. And like Dr. Herring said, we'll be waiting and watching to see and hear your story. We want to see you win. Bring it, Washington. Thank you and congratulations, Washington.
Nervous, anxious, but excitement were my feelings upon arrival freshman year as I started to lining up those pages of empty memories, my high school experience. Gratitude, joy, and pride are my current feelings as I stand before you, proud to be the salutatorian of one of the most historical schools in the United States, Booker T. LaFaro Washington High School. I must admit to you that as I prepared for this moment, I was overwhelmed with a plethora of emotions. Those empty pages of my high school experience are now filled with memorable events. One such event took place on March of 2020. Those empty pages of my high school experience are now filled with memorable events. Life as a high school student totally changed and was transferred into what is known the virtual school experience. Initially, most of us thought that week will only be one, but that turned into two, and that turned into a year and a half. To the class of 2022, congratulations. We have been through so many obstacles, but that won't stop us from walking across this stage today. Academics have always been important to me. I strive better for my parents and to honor the tremendous sacrifices they have made for me. They weren't able to get the same educational opportunity as me, but now I, Evelyn Navarrete, am able to fill in their shoes. As a first-generation Latina, I am proud to say that I have earned 18 college credits at Georgia State University. I was able to maintain a 4.0 there while also maintaining it at Washington. In my 4 years of my high school experience, I have also had a few other accomplishments, which included homecoming, Miss Early College, Georgia State University, being awarded by the Georgia Department of Education as an exemplary English student, being on the principal list every year, being a finalist in the Hispanic Scholarship Foundation, being accepted to every college that I applied to, and receiving over $1 million in scholarships. My mother has always told me, "Échale ganas, hijas," which translates to, "Do your best, my daughter." This phrase is a true inspiration to me because if she didn't tell me this phrase so often, I would not be standing in front of you guys today. I would always give credit to my mom, Irene Navarrete, and my dad, Salvador Rivera, for always motivating me to keep going. Please, parents and guardians, recognize how hard your kids have worked here to get here today. We have accomplished one major goal by graduating, but we still have several more to go. Last but not least, I would like to personally thank my parents for everything they have done for me. Muchas gracias, mamá y papá, por todo. Si no fuera sin ustedes, no estaré aquí ahora. Les agradezco por todos los sacrificios que han hecho por mí. Muchas gracias, los quiero mucho. To the class of 2022, congratulations. Continue to be amazing.
Good job, Evelyn. You did it.
Moving to a new school was an interesting transition. What was fine was no longer fine. What was cool was no longer cool. Moving to Atlanta from Birmingham, Alabama at the beginning of middle school, it was a completely different world. In the grand scheme of things, sometimes it only takes one bad experience to change your opinions of something. Imagine if you went through the same experience for months, or better yet, years. Your whole personality, how you view yourself, and others changes drastically. That is how I felt to be ridiculed and criticized. This experience changed how I viewed myself and others, what my values and morals were, yet it shaped me to the person I am today. To some, I was not worth giving a single glance. The way I walk, the way I talk, the way I dress, and even the way I breathe were primary targets of ridicule. But through this experience, I really have come to value true friends and friendship. My friends are ride or dies. At the new school, I did not know who to be and who not to be friends with. And then I found my girls. I found my first friend at Brown Middle School while she was reading a book in the cafeteria about Black inventors. First, I happened to find the topic interesting, but second, I was amazed that somebody was reading a book in the cafeteria. One friend became two, two friends became three, and three friends became four. I learned from my friends that it was okay to be me. It was okay to be different. It was okay to be whoever I am, whoever I was, and whoever I wanted to be. It was okay to be Angel Walker, that small little girl from Birmingham, Alabama, that always smiled ear to ear, no matter her circumstances. I have carried this confidence with me entering high school. My family is the rock upon which I stand. Their support is unwavering, unequivocal, and 100%. My grandmother and my aunt instilled in me this scripture, Deuteronomy 28:13, which states, God will make you the head and not the tail, for you will forever be a leader and not a follower. Their goal for me was to stay focused. I am so appreciative and overwhelmed by their generosity of love and support. Without them, I would not stand forth with you today as an incoming freshman at E. Xavier University of Cincinnati, Ohio. A recipient of over $700,000 in scholarships, an early college student with 24 college credits from Georgia State University. And lastly, Booker Taylor Farrell Washington's valedictorian of class of 2022. I leave you with these words from the musical The Color Purple. I believe I have inside of me everything I need to live a bountiful life, and all the love is alive in me. I'll stand as tall as the tallest tree, but most of all, I'll be thankful for all the days that I'm given, both easy and the hard ones that I'm living. Loving who I really am. I am beautiful, yes, I am beautiful, and I'm here. To the class of 2022, we determine our destiny. We are in charge of the journey called life. We are beautiful, yes, we are beautiful, and we are here.
Thank you, legacy builders, for those powerful declarations. And allow me a few moments to acknowledge students who have excelled in the areas of academics. Legacy builders, please stand and be recognized as your group is called. Senior class officers, student government officers. The top 10% of the graduating class. Members of the National Honor Society. Members of the National Beta Club. Students graduating with honors, and this will be with the GPA of 83 and above. Students who have had at least 2 or more advanced placement classes. The early college cohort, the Atlanta Metropolitan State College cohort, the Atlanta Technical College cohort, the Clark Atlanta University cohort, and the Georgia State University cohort. Will all completers of our career technical education pathways please stand? Many scholarships have been awarded to our students. This afternoon, 43 students earned the Achieve Atlanta Scholarship. For students attending a 4-year college, Achieve Atlanta will pay up to $5,000 per year, and it is renewable for 4 years. And for students attending a 2-year school, Achieve Atlanta will pay up to $1,500 per year, and it is renewable up to 2 years. Achieve Atlanta Scholarship recipients, please stand. At this time, I would like for those students who have met the requirements for the Hope Scholarship to please stand. Some scholarships did not meet the deadline for printing, therefore the names of the recipients were not listed in the program. However, I would like all students who receive scholarship money to please stand. Students who will be enlisting in the armed services, please stand. Students who will be entering the workforce, please stand. Students who are registered voters, please stand. Students who are legacies of the Booker T. Farrell Washington High School, and that would be students whose grandparents or parents are Washington High School alumni. Please stand. Students who will be attending a post-secondary school in the fall of 2022, and this would include college, trade school, or a technical school. Please stand. The following students have demonstrated hard work and academic excellence while completing their tenure as early college students at Atlanta Technical College. These students have graduated with a technical certificate of credit. Janaya de la Espada earned an emergency medical responder certificate. Aaliyah Garrett earned 2 certificates for prep cook and for organizational leadership. Destiny Waddy earned an emergency medical responder certificate. Thank you, ladies. Many scholarships are still being received. However, to this date, this class has earned over $8.2 million in scholarships. Now I want to focus on other stellar accomplishments by the class of 2022. The following awards are based on nominations and selections by the Booker T. Washington faculty and staff. The first is the Faculty Cup. It is presented to the senior who has maintained high scholastic achievement and exemplary school and community involvement. The recipient for this year's Faculty Cup is Miss Justice Carswell. The Principal's Cup is dedicated to the senior who has esteemed himself as a serious scholar with clearly defined goals, a student who is multi-talented, a student who has brought acclaim to himself and the school. Congratulations to this year's outstanding Principal's Cup recipient, King Walker. The coveted Atlanta Journal-Constitution is awarded to the senior who is deemed the best all-around student by the administration, faculty, and staff. Our 2022 recipient is one of the most versatile students at Washington. She has not only achieved academically, but embodies all of the qualities that we encourage our students to emulate. This articulate and talented young woman is none other than Miss Justice Carswell. This year, the salutatorian for the class of 2022 has distinguished herself as a serious and talented student who never lost her academic fervor. Please join me in recognizing Booker T. Washington's salutatorian, Miss Evelyn Navarrete. The most distinguished award, the highest ranking student of the graduating class. This year we have an outstanding student who values education, accepts all challenges, and is a true conqueror. The recipient for Booker T. Washington High School's Valedictorians Award is Angel Walker. For the past 3 years, you have heard me end my salutations with "Go forth and rise." That phrase is an ode to Maya Angelou's poem, "Still I Rise." As you enter your new lives, know that it will be ripe with unexpected joys and sorrows. I need you to be resilient and faith-filled enough to rise to every occasion. The words of this poem have carried me through every facet of my life, and today, I want you to take them with you through every facet of yours. The words are, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me through the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room, just like moons and like stars with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. Out from the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. You see, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. Booker T. Washington High School class of 2022, you better rise. Well, thank you. It is 7:50 p.m., and even at 7:50 p.m., I gotta say to my babies that I love you, and there is absolutely, positively nothing you can do about it. Go forth and rise. Today, members of the Atlanta Board of Education and Dr. Lisa Herron, Superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, I hereby certify that these candidates for graduation have completed all requirements of the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education and are now eligible to receive their diplomas. It is now time for the presentation of diplomas. Dr. Herring, please come forward to assist in the presentation of diplomas. Again, I ask, please recognize the formality and seriousness of this occasion by refraining from yelling and name-calling and other distractions that destroy the beauty and dignity of this program. We owe it to these young people and their families to allow the program to proceed with the same dignity and decorum that it has thus far. Audience, I ask for your cooperation. Please hold the applause until all diplomas have been presented.
Angel Walker, Evelyn Navarrete, Adriana Thomas, Shekinah Smith, Santasha Martin, Portia Michelle Abladi, Rory Jackson, Shayana Vinny, Janaya Della Spada, Janaya Favors, Keasia Washington, Ilea Garrett, Nikita Bell, Tamia Brown, China Walker, Tanasia Trice, Kelvian Palmer, Justice Carswell, Nefertiri Pastel, DeAndre Mosley, DeMarcus Johnson, Jontavius Blackshear, Kamal Kimathi, Ariel Spencer, Denijah Dennis, Brianna Jones, Jacqueline Lindor, Gabriel McKenzie, Umar Guy, William Naylor, Draquavius Brown, Andre Tutt, Devontae Thomas, Shania English, Shantella Durham,
Joshua Hood. O'Keefe Respress. Jairo Urbina. Malcolm Douglas. Thomas Anderson. Derek Kane. Nia Mullins. Demetria Bell. Elijah Perry. Jonathan Alford. Aldridge Castillo. Raymond Williams. Lamario Benjamin. Javier Farley. Autumn Carter. Jasmine Roan. Akila Dixon. Amira Robinson. Destiny Daniel. Dania Bigham. Jeremiah Evans. Andrew Lindsay Jr. Tamaya Haidera. Destiny Waddy. Nishaya Stewart. Shalia Woodard. Isis Bush. Takenya Fulton. Marquavius Glass. Omar Swoop. Sanaya Williams. Ashaya Fry. Jakira Morris. Shakira Williams. Nakia Cox. Lloyd Foster Jr. Marquel Shelton. Shannon Clayton. Quanisha West. Daisha McKinney. Krishana Davis. Deja Watson. Maya Jackson. Corey Beebe. Andrew Cullens. Kadeja Foster. Kanaya Crawley. Kevin Kent. Jabril Muhammad. Jamil Muhammad. Sean Redmond. Sir Amos. Thomas Fennell. Alasia Tickles. DeQuavius Cox. DeQuavius Campbell. Quintus Cook. Joshua Scott. Corey Cousin. DeCarlos Allison. Elijah Stone. Bobby Nicole Franklin. Shalav Thornton. Gabriela Ramos Gonzalez. Jamal Benoit. DeMichael Dennis. Thelanius Alexander. Trayvon Gladman. Miguel Bird. Isaiah Mayo. Amarielle Riles. Lamarion Ladd. Jalen Hill. Jamari Eubanks. Jaheim Cunningham. Terrence Wiggins. Darion Welsh. Demaya Harris. Kiana Thompson. Deja Pippin. King Walker. Najee Gatson. Nicolette Montgomery. Janaya Sutton. Kalisha Woods. Anari Isaac. Linda Robinson. Ontarius Gresham. Montavious Mincy. India Davis. Tamia Rivers. Lamia Westbrook. Williana Kegler. Zenabu Sacco. Tanaya Lanice Moore. Brianna Davis. Kamarian Rab. Jerice Lewis. Andrea Jackson. Kiera Ansley. Kenya Good. Jada Smith. Joye Pierce. Makai Bronner. DeMarco Bryant. Marquisha Franklin. Anijah Stevens. Nyasia Farley. Amoria Lewis. Garyana Lumpkin. Shamaya Johnson. Aaliyah Davis Ivy. Quintavious Williams. DeAndre Wright. DeMonte Hardiman. Jordan Smith. Christian Morgan. Jordan Thomas. Michael Jackson. Brico Sheets. Jimtavius Scott. Standray Houston. Tayshawn Johnson. Arion Downing. Keandra Brandy. Dyshawn Green. Jeremiah Askew. Isaiah Sims. Keyshawn Nelson. Lamonte Cade. DeAndre Hambrick. Artavius Alexander. And Jaquan Dennison.
Booker T. Washington, class of 2022. Okay. Your principal has verified that you have completed all of the requirements set forth for graduation by the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education. By the power vested in me by the Atlanta Board of Education, I hereby certify you as graduates of the class of 2022.
Will Thomas Fennell, President of the senior class, please come forward for the turning of the tassel ceremony. Audience, will you join the Washington High School alumni as they welcome another group of esteemed individuals into the Alumni Association? Graduates, continue on your journey. Please stand, all of our alumni, and join in as we sing our alma mater, Washington, oh Washington.